can't believe I'm regretting not watching more isekai anime. How the heck do I get back to the real world?
Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door? Did you find what you was looking for? Will you help me repair my gate and door? Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake? You can take as much as you wanna take. There must be a big mistake. Would you like to have a slice of my lemon pound cake? The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping? Let me ask you something, officer. Any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? Are there any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? You crooked cops need to stop it. There are no kidnapping victims in my suit pockets. Let me ask you another question. Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets? Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets? You crooked cops need to stop it. There's not 1,000,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets. Let me ask you something else. Any kidnapping victims inside my CDs? Any kidnapping victims inside my CDs? The Adams County Sheriff Department, you can get these. There are no kidnapping victims in my CDs. How many pounds of weed are inside my CDs? How many pounds of weed are inside my CDs? Adams County Sheriff, you can get these. How many pounds of weed did you find in my CDs? Why are you stealing my money? Why are you stealing my money? You represent the law and it's funny. You're stealing my legal work hard every day. Pay taxes, money. The sheriff disconnected my cameras. The sheriff disconnected my cameras. The sheriff should be locked up in slammers. The Adams County Sheriff Department disconnected my cameras. Did you have to traumatize my kids? Did you have to traumatize my kids? Did you have to traumatize my kids? Did you have to traumatize my kids?
You know, it's crazy what went down with Afro Man, Tim. Have you been following what's gone down with Afro Man? It's one of those
No, I
yeah,
have not.
you are going to be surprised. You are going to be surprised hearing what we got going on today. Welcome to the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. I see you. If you're on Twitch, thank you. If you're on X, thank you. And of course, if you're here on YouTube, welcome. My co-host Tim Olson, creator of Melvin. Tell us about yourself a bit.
Yes, I've been in the game for about 5 years so far. I've created at least 6 books, Melvin 0 through 3, and the Xenodicius full length on Amazon. And they go through Critical Blast. This year, I will be expanding. I'll be casting a wider net. I'll be going to Retro X in Post Falls. No, Idaho Falls. There's
Right.
a difference, I guess. I'm doing a few book signings, and I might be even going back to my home state of Washington and doing an in-store book signing thing in Silverdale, Washington.
Yeah.
Melvin 4 is we're currently doing the page 36.
Okay.
I just got an update today, in fact. So that's what's up.
Okay. So today we're going to be looking at, of course, the second part of the 20 greatest classic anime movies you have to watch before you kick it, right? In the old days, we say kick it mean like, when you die.
Kick the bucket,
kick the
die.
bucket. Yeah.
Meet your maker.
See you on the other side.
Yeah, 86th.
Yeah. But let's start first with what happened this weekend with Boomtown Comics. We were, of course, represented there. If I can see it on my screen, I'll bring it on. There it is. It's Facebook. Here we go. So this is the second year in a row, Tim, this went down. And it was just this weekend, 2021st. Was it 2022nd? Yeah, 2022nd. Here it is. It's written there. Borgia, Texas. So we were like Plunge Comics was represented there through Rising Sun Comics, which I'm quite happy about and quite excited about. And there's some, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. There's a way to promote them, right? Because we're there. I'm there through spirit, right? But my books are there physically. So it was really cool to, I've talked to Greg, who's the organizer with his wife, Christy, Greg Harms, who are themselves comic book creators, and Greg's an artist anchor, I think, and writer. So, a lot of, pretty full-on events, lots of guests, and, doing one the first time is the hardest thing, man, because I've run Comic-Cons for about 5 years here in New Zealand, right, locally, and then also co-hosted a huge, not co-hosted, co-managed, ran a huge, I could say like about 50K to 100K, maybe, I don't know the numbers that weekend, quite awful, anime convention, right, anime festival here in our city of Auckland. So I know what it's like to run these things and how behind the scenes, how tough it is to organize everything. And it does take a long time. Usually it takes me about 6 years to run, a little small con because I'm basically doing all the artwork and stuff, Tim. And then organizing, emailing, getting funding, promoting, everything you can think of, and I feel for Greg and his team, right? Because it is tough, and a lot of people don't know how tough it is until they start doing it. And so sometimes it takes years. And I've recently heard that it's taken 8 years for somebody to do something with a convention, but it's a fest. It's somebody else's money. and it's more, it's, it's kind of, it's easier when it's somebody else's money to do something, but it's harder when it's you who are organizing and who, and usually I was putting out of pocket. And, I would I was working all the time designing the artwork, designing the, what you call it, the text, everything, but at the end of the day, when it all comes together like this, you're just so happy, That's Greg over here. And I think, who else is here? There's a couple other people there. There's Ryan Babcock, Johnny Johnson. Don't know these folks because mostly Americans. What's it? He's Equinox Comics. Johnny Johnson doesn't have anything about him. Lou Pizarro, of course, he's he's an artist and stuff. And you got to hear, this is Brad Ashford's work, and that's pretty cool, eh? There's Batman Harlequin pencils.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that? Who's that? Is that the same
That's
guy?
him again. Yeah, it's him again with on Witchblade. Yeah, oh, look at that. Just going to details. So you can see the pencils and going into the inking, not inking, but more detailed pencils, right? I love seeing this. And now you got the finished pencils. And he's still got the arm here to do. Look at that.
That is awesome.
I wonder who bought this. This was posted on the 18th, so somebody probably did this to go and sell there. So that's pretty cool, right? Some of his other work.
Megatron, yeah, awesome.
Look at that. Some face designs, and here we go, like design work, and his Wolverine. Oh, that's where the face is, right? So that's the kid he's doing the face off there. So you can see this one here. I was wondering what that was from, but so you can see here, that's the little boy. They've done a profile of there. That's Brad himself. That's probably his son there. His work on the back. So yeah, so he was there. His Spawn. This little cute kid. Get them started young, man. That's what I say. Encourage them kids when they're young, dude. And when my nephew got into comics, I was like, let's go. What else do you need, right? Here's some Star Wars comics. Let's get you started on that. So here's some setups that they had there for the event. This is the dome in Borgia, Texas, that they had. Bit more setup. This is Raven Wood Art. Yeah, Raven Wood Art. Had their setup. Some of the work they, my nephew, I think it was my nephew or my niece did a little sheep for me and gave it to me for a Christmas present or something, crocheted. Man, it's in my display cabinet. I was just like, I was cleaning up the other day. And I was like, oh, I saw it then. I was like, oh, man, they're so cute.
A Youcha.
Yeah, these are so cool, man. Crochet stuff. I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes you got to have some of this stuff around, just to bring joy to people, right? Look at these clowns here,
Oh yeah, I'm maybe sometime this year. I was going to start stockpiling. There's a 3D printer at the Caldwell Library.
Yeah,
and I have some. I think I'm gonna have them 3D print some like vinyl or plastic Melvin figurines.
Yeah, dude, that's the way to go, dude. Oh, and when you do get those Melvins printed out, make sure you drill a tiny hole in the bottom of it to let all the liquids out, because that liquid is poison. And if you leave it in there, it'll crack open. It doesn't matter how small it is, bro. Like, I've got a thumb size, like just a bigger than a thumb size image of Incredible that I've friended, and it the other day, and this is how I found that that little sheep I was talking about, the crochet. It was underneath that sheep, and it was leaking everywhere. The little 3D, printed thing, it had cracked open. So anybody who hasn't worked with 3D stuff before, please note, put a hole in it, let me just delete. Mute this.
Do it.
Mute this.
Do it.
And put it full screen, and we'll watch this while we're talking.
Count Darko.
Count Darko. Yeah, so I found it and I was like leaking. I was like, oh no, not even the little one, because I had 3 of them, and like I had like a 10 centimeter one, a 12 centimeter one, and that cracked open. I was so gutted because my friend had custom. She's an airbrush. She's a champion tournament airbrush artist, right? And so she does cars and everything, and she had done it for me for free, and and it basically tore apart, man, because the liquid inside leaked everywhere, and it's really toxic, that stuff. So you make sure there's there's a safety message here. Put a hole at the bottom of it, leak it all out, get all that toxic liquid out, and then and then you can like paint it and do whatever you want with it. So this is the Dark Empire Legion. Is that who that was? Let me go back a bit here. So this is one of the groups there. So this is the where are we? Let me get the name proper. There was an artist there. Actually, there was don't know who that was, but had his head down. See the artist here. Oh, here's your miniatures and toys. We'll have a look at all these guys in a minute. So yeah, we've been telling you guys for about a month that this is happening. So if you missed out and you're close by, I apologize, but we did talk about this. So this is early on. They're setting up and getting everything ready. Oh, dude, I got to get one of these for my shopping cart now. See this lady here with this double, this. I have to get one of these because I walk with a cane, and it's hard to do shopping for 3 hours walking around, pulling a friggin' trolley around, like a trolley bag, like an old nana. I have one of those. I've had it for about 3-4 years now to help me do all my grocery shopping. But I got to get one of these. But these are cool, man. Look at this, like, carting your kids around,
You should have your stuff delivered. That way you don't have to.
Oh no, I like my 3 hours a week shopping, dude. It's brings me joy to go hang out with my friend in real life and not be stuck behind a computer all the time, and stuck at home.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I like going out to my usual stores, talking to real people, and stuff, and just, I guess in a way, having that one-to-one, face-to-face conversations, while you're walking around for 3 hours, window shopping, grocery shopping. And I think that's a good way, I think it's a good way to just be normal in this internet age where we're always behind the computer, right, working hard. Because as you know, I don't work because of my disability of car accident injuries and all that. So I'm stuck at home apart from that 3 hours a week, fortnightly or weekly sometimes.
Yeah, I forgot.
So this is the Legion. I was trying to get the name of this full name of these guys. Dark Empire.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Yep.
Because I went Gem State Comic Con. I mean, not Gem State. Belton City. Belton Comic Con. I think they were there when I was still living down in Texas.
I think these guys. This one's an online store, right? So this is like the darkempire.org. So actually, let me. The Dark Empire.
If you could, and you were that nerdy, would you be tempted? If you could, and you were that nerdy, would you buy a set of Stormtrooper armor?
Oh hell yeah! If I had the money, because they cost like about 5-6K, don't they?
Yes. Could you? So when are you and Timothy going to a con? I want you to bring some men with me so we can shake y'all hands.
Hail the Duck King. I didn't realize you that's what you were reading. So I was like, oh, okay. Then when you said Timothy, I was like, oh yeah. There's somebody
I
in the
didn't
chat.
know he was coming out as gay.
Wait, what?
I didn't know he was coming out as gay. He's gonna come. He's gonna come meet us with some men. Hey man, it's okay, brother. If you're a homosexual, it's all right. Just you have to break it gently to Lady Shadowban, though.
I am not getting into that. But so this is the Dark Empire website. So these are guys that you can get your costuming done with, memberships, forums, contact about them. What's their mission? Right. So their mission, the purpose of the Dark Empire is to promote multi-generational fandom and appreciation of Star Wars through acts of charity, and to encourage creative costuming as custom or canon characters representing the dark side and soldiers of fortune, including smugglers, pirates, and bounty hunters, non-Mandalorian, very important, of the Star Wars universe. Yeah, hail the Duck King. Welcome. I've been nothing but nice to people. I know you have. That's why I never argue with you. But you and Tim here have like a long history of venom between you two. So that's why I stay out of it. Right? That's why you don't see me slinging spears or hearing me slinging spears, right?
I am like the next Rob Liefeld. You need to respect me.
Oh, I see what you did there. So the Dark Empire is a worldwide Star Wars costuming organization comprised of and operated by Star Wars fans. While it is not sponsored by Lucasfilm Limited, it follows generally accepted ground rules for Star Wars fan groups. Star Wars, blah, 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 characters owned by blah, 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 right? So let's go back to the Facebook event for Boomtown Comic Con. Continue with this video. So I think this is just before the show started, like the early, before the convention started. People just setting up, pre-prep. I actually have right in front of me, I have the blue one with the little squiggly thing on it, but I also have Darth Vader, the speaking one, like the one with the sound mask. So he's got this one here with Darth Vader, but he doesn't have the speaking one, right? So I have the one that there's like a chest piece, and let me see if I can find it. So Darth Vader with sound piece, maybe chest piece. Is that what it's called? I paid $50 for it, and then went to a secondhand store or something like a Habitat for Humanity store, and there it was for like about $15 or $20, and my mate bought it. I was like, oh, that's cool. So at one point there was two of us with the same item. Why didn't this come up? Hey, let's put in there, and they like went to AI's crap. I was like, just give me my Darth Vader mask and sound board, I guess it is.
Apparently I'm being very hostile towards Duck Boy.
Timothy is being hostile with me. This is how you want to treat your customers. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like he's asking Tim, Lesma, do you need a hug?
I asked him. I said, "Do you need a hug? Is everything all right?"
He will be offering commentary if you stop fighting with him. He's getting distracted by you, I think.
I've never argued with a living peanut before.
Oh, here it is. I found it, dude. I found that Darth Vader thing that I was talking about. So this is my one. I've got it sitting on the in front of me on this cabinet, next to the blue Clone Wars one with the light thing. So where'd it go? Hey. Why is... Okay, here we go. It's like I had to friggin' do some... But it's lost like this dude's one has got no helmet on it. But this is what I've got. So if you press these buttons, put some, it makes all the sounds and stuff. Like, Luke, I'm your father.
Can it completely change your voice, or can you like tell that you're talking through a voice changer?
No, this is just like a sound thing, right? So it just does it. It's got a set amount of like voices, like little, what is it, like dialogue? Yeah, set amount of dialogues. I am your father. Come to the dark side. That sort of thing. But my one's got the actual helmet as well. So let me see if he's got the helmet here or not. Yeah, I think this dude's got doesn't have the helmet, but I have the one with the helmet as well, which I don't see here.
I'm surprised no one's made the dark helmet thing
reference.
Spaceballs.
Right, the big.
Dark. Yeah. So you see, Lone Star, evil will always triumph over good because good is dumb.
I do have like the voice changer. There was a voice changer that came out with Grievous, and all you did what you did was you put it in front of your face, and then you spoke, and it changed your voice. So that was a pretty cool one. So I have that as well. But yeah, oh, this is the one. Here's what they've got one on.
While you're looking for that, Alasmat says, "Tell Timothy to stop. Stop typing in the chat. He's supposed to be offering commentary on stream, Monkey King. I'm fighting with him. So you victim shame now? You should rename this channel from Plungecast to Accuse Comics."
It's not Plungecast. It's Plunge Comics. Why is everybody saying it's Plungecast? Plungecast is the other channel, and that's gone. That's now the Monkey King channel.
Yeah.
People are so confused these days.
Yeah,
Maybe because
maybe
it's my fault.
Bro.
Maybe because it's my fault. So this is the one I have, right? And it cost me $50 secondhand, like in 2014. Wow, that's like 12 years ago. Wait, it is 2014. Yeah, it's 12 years ago. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah, man. So this is this dude's this from the YouTube channel that I just found.
It's Phil here. I'm showing you my Darth Vader death helmet.
Is that what it's called? A death helmet?
Helmet you can wear.
Yeah.
Electronics on here.
Look at that.
This is a 2004 version.
Oh wow! So that means mine's now 22 years old. The one that I have. That's crazy.
The original one came out when Star.
Oh, I also had like the Mandalorian from that time as well, but I gave it as a Christmas present, as a birthday present, and then I realized I should have not have done that to my nephew. But I have a tendency to give away things before, and like then realize that I shouldn't have. So now I don't give away anything unless I specifically buy it for that person. Like I don't give anything out of my collection. I'd actually go out and buy it. So that way I don't lose it. Otherwise I would have like a Stormtrooper, a Mandalorian, and a freaking 20-year-old mask, and a this one here.
Star Wars was popular. Just wanted to debut this.
It's popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one has some cool electronics here. I'm going to play the different sound effects it makes. I'm just going to sit back here for a second, and you can hear all the sound effects it makes.
I actually have a Darth Vader costume. It's one of those onesie type things.
And there's sound effects. These are talking now.
Your powers are weak. Don't make me destroy you. You don't know the power of the dark side. There is no escape. Your powers are weak. The force is with you. There is no escape. Your powers are weak.
We get it.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Yeah, it's only a set like about 5, 6.
Again. Pretty advanced toy when it came out in the 70s. Very impressive with the sounds and all that. And imagine parading down on Halloween.
Wait. Is this from the 70s? Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. That can't.
Dude, I have a mask. I'm gonna have to look into that. I didn't realize it was that old.
Double check because that can't be from the 70s. That would be the most expensive toy on Earth.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess it's a remake of the 70s because it says here it's 2004 when it came out. So
right, okay.
Let me see what it says on the eBay. It's got something over here in the eBay's details. 2004 sound effects. So you can actually buy this for like $50 right now on eBay if you wanted. Actually, let me just go forward a bit here before I clip off away from this, because he doesn't show it, but the helmet comes right off, right? So this piece here comes right off, And let me see, where's the shopping one? Yeah, so it looks like this when the helmet's off. It looks like exactly like he looks like when he's in the movie, right? When his head when you got the skin and everything just on the back of his head. So yeah, it looks really creepy like that. But yeah, so it's about, yeah, I guess the one that I have now is about 22 years old. No, yeah, well, it came out in 2004, so yeah, 22 years old.
I guess if you look for it, you can actually get people who have made a dark helmet with the mask
The
and
big
everything.
giant one.
Yes. Yes.
So this is on eBay right now. If you're interested, if you owning one of these, yeah, it says $57. So it's about. See, look at that, man. Right now, the US dollar is so strong against New Zealand dollar, it's almost twice the amount. This is why our comics from our Kickstarter, when we do the Kickstarter, our comics are getting sent from the US. So you're not getting charged this much, man. Like double the amount for freight costs. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't realize. Look at the profile on this. I mean, like the side view. Let me see if we can see if there. What's the actual? Are you going to show? Oh, you can't even read it. Usually, you can tell. Is that like that is 2004? Yeah, you can see there. It's 2004, 2004 there. So yeah, that's crazy.
Have you
The
seen?
inside of it?
Yeah. Have you seen
Yep.
the story of the? It was going to be proposed as like after Return of the Jedi, it was going to be a continuation of the toy line, but George Lucas said no. It's going to be called the Saga Continues,
Hmm.
and it was going to have like a Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. It was going to have a General Han Solo. It was going to have a Millennium Falcon with that piece added back in between the gap of the front.
Right.
It was going to have. You ever seen the Dark Empire comics from Dark
I
Horse?
never really got into them. I actually have a couple of those graphic novels,
Yeah.
and actual a couple of the foil prints.
Yeah,
like there's a
well,
special limited series, but I
the-
never read them.
I guess
Yeah.
the guards in that one are the original design for the what would be the bad guy for this toy line,
Okay.
and his ship was going to be like two Star Destroyers put together, like a double decker Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And they even had like design a mock up of a sand speeder instead of a snow speeder. They had a mock up of an AT-AT with the back removed and a cannon sticking out of it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they had all kinds of like, but George Lucas shut it down and said nope.
Oh, I actually have that comic.
What's that?
This is let me go back a bit. We're actually watching from Boomtown Comic Con. I think I might have that one. So this weekend, for those guys who are just joining us, like Tim, not Tim, sorry, Lesmet, we're actually looking at this.
Oh, Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I had that. So this weekend there was a convention in Borgia, Texas, on the 21st and 22nd of March. Yesterday and the day before, or today and the day before. I can't remember. Like, you guys are in the US. It's yesterday and today for you, but it's around 11 o'clock now. I guess 10 o'clock. So they had the big second time in the year that second time in 2 years they've had this Comic-Con happen there, Boomtown Comic-Con. And so this is a video from the early opening hours from it, like the first couple of minutes from where they went about and did like showed everybody there who were present. So artists, toy designers, comic creators, comic writers, look at this, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe stuff. It was like a 1 minute video of that. So you were saying, Tim, Wait, there's somebody else here did a bit. Let me see how long this. Oh, this is a longer one, so we'll keep that going. And you can
That's the
you can carry on talking, Tim, as we look through, show our viewers what's going on here.
All right.
There we
Well,
go.
what do you want
Yeah.
to know about?
Oh no, you were just talking about like stuff that was coming up and about the Star Wars. And
Oh, no, this was just it was supposed to be like Kenner wanted to keep the money going, but they were getting beat out eventually in the shelves because Return of the Jedi was wrapping up, and so this
Yeah.
was like the early '80s. But there's a whole idea about doing a toy line, and some of those ideas kind of made their way into other Star Wars properties.
Right. So this here is Third Empire. This is this is Greg Harm's company. Comic company. He's the guy who's put on this event with his wife and local business partners there. Kieran, Tim.
That's about it, really. That's just there was an attempt to keep the Star Wars toy line going after past Return of the Jedi originally.
Oh, I also was thinking that like maybe it was Transformers that was actually coming in on just after that really, and He-Man, right? That might have also
yeah.
beat them out.
They were beating him on the toy shelves, and yeah. Well, I mean, eventually, even He-Man kind of hit a stride at one point because G.I. Joe and Transformers were beating even He-Man out eventually.
Yeah. One thing, like, see, this thing about like grading comics, I only own one, and it's like it's not even that highly priced. I have an X-Men comic, right? And that's all. I just wanted one.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just for show.
I don't see the point in it because you're supposed to read
Neither.
them and enjoy them. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, for Christmas, I bought my friend one as well because he's into Conan. He's a huge Conan fan, so I bought him one just so he could have one as well. And so and even he said like, "Oh, this is stupid," grading them like this and putting the comic inside because you can't read it, right? And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I've got like thousands of comics that are like near mint that I'll never grade because like then you can't read it. And it's just there sitting there in containers now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, I even have books that are not in near mint. I don't really care if they're. I collect them to read them, not to collect them. And if that's all, if that's what you're doing, then there's something wrong with you, not the industry.
Yeah, but it's also grading that makes. So I have this. I have both of these. Right. I have a near mint. This one here, which is this first issue of Deadpool. Actually, no, it's issue number 98 of the New Mutants. And I have this first cover with is it 300 with Spider-Man with the black costume by Todd McFarlane, right? The Todd father. So it's just I don't know, man. I think this is what like grading comics is what's actually I think is stopping people from enjoying comics because to get that comic to read, you might as well just buy digital now, right? Because that way you can actually just read the digital if you want to read it, because now you're not going to own it. Because these are worth around about K to 2K, depending, what grade they are, supposedly, right? But Wiggle made a good point the other day when I was on his out of Pangea, I should say, Wiggle, on his stream, that like the only thing that's worth grading is cards, right? Because you can see the back of it and the front of it. And talking about cards, since we're here, let me just segue to cards that we're doing, right? Because grading cards is good because it's the front and back, right? So it's not like inside their story. So it's the front and back. So these are a couple of cards that we're doing as part of the manga. And these are actual logos that I've designed separately for both of them. And, I did this for another comic book with no vamps, no vampire symbol. And then I decided to use that as a t-shirt for her, for Kirsten here.
Oh, hold on here. Alasma said, "What's stopping me from enjoying comics is knowing that Timothy is making them." And I said, "Good." Hopefully I decimate any enjoyment of you ever enjoying comic books ever, Elasmat.
And here's the other thing about this, right? So with the comics, I mean, sorry, with the cards, that the way it is, let me not show you that one on this one, but like the stuff is that on the back of them you can put like a whole bunch of stories, which I didn't. Let me just open that one up. Like info that you can't put in, that you don't put in the comic book, because it helps. There it is, because it actually shows you. I mean, the readers get something more out of it, right? If you're collecting comic cards, it gives you a bit more. Like you get to see information about who these people are, like what their real name is and so on. Because sometimes, you just talk about them and not their family or something.
You know what I got for the Zed and Odysseus Ashcan 2?
What you do?
I got a Lord Raptor Jesus bingo card. I got permission from somebody to use it.
Nice.
So let's see how that goes.
Yeah. So the other thing was, we've got a character on here called he's from Indonesia, right? Indonesia, like in our world. And so now you get to talk about what he does and stuff, his tribe, how he raised, his children and stuff, what his job is and stuff. So you get all these things, but like all of these cards are actually part of a set. We keep adding to that set, right? So each number we go forward to. And I think, and this is for this is for the the Howler comic book. And so with this one, which is the other comic book and cards for that, which is, this is the back of that,
You know
and
what
this is the front.
You know what the difference between like a white werewolf and a brown werewolf is? The white werewolf has a better credit rating.
Of course, it's a skin color. Oh yeah, by the way, I can actually put this here. I researched that I can actually make white werewolf a trademark of our werewolf. You heard it here first, as they say, right? Or you saw it here first.
The only werewolf that will never get pulled over by the police.
Yeah. So back to this. So you got these other artists here. Where are we? I will actually give you links to this because I forgot to put it in there. So you guys can hear the commentary there as well. But usually I just like looking at these, what's available. This dude's got a good setup. Look, it's actually for a cupboard in, right? Like a chest of drawers to show what he's got there. This is like what is that? Like Vikings? Turn around.
Oh yeah, I saw the Viking shields.
Yeah, here he goes. The toys and stuff, hats, and more stuff. So yeah, this must be just an opening, day 2 or day 1. All right, so that is that. I think that's enough of this, and let's go to where did I have it already open? No, I didn't. So Afro Man, right? I mean, first we look at music and then we move on to the other stuff. I had a little clip here of Afro Man talking about, like, he was actually in court, right? I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. Darn it. Too many links. Go away, you. Go away, you. So he just won a massive court case, right? Darn it. I had a small friggin' clip where he's talking, and he was talking about what they did to him and how now they're feeling sorry. They want him to feel sorry for them for what they did to him, right? And it's crazy, dude. Where is short clip? I think Afro Man. Short. I don't know where I put it amongst the thousands of links I got there. Afro Man short clip court case. So hopefully this will come up. Help us out here. Yeah, this is it. I think this is the one. I might be wrong, but let's see. Wow, that link went twice. I have a problem with my my keyboard. It double posts. Like when I press return or enter, it basically does it 2-3 times depending.
Search happened back in August of 2022, Mr. Foreman. You weren't at home?
No.
You were driving home from Chicago?
Yes.
And you got an alert from a family member that the sheriffs were there searching your home. Is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to turn on your phone and watch through your home security system what the deputies were doing for a period of time, weren't you?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you were angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
And is that why you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
Is that right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
yes, for
Yes.
tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
These people, bro, like I was looking at it, they really, it was the fact that like they did what they did to him and then they try to sue him, right? Instead of apologizing, they try to sue him. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're being very irresponsible.
Yeah. And now they got to pay. I wonder how many, like, I got to wonder how much millions they have to pay. I think it was something about 6 to 8 million.
Well, did they think Afro Man was another P Diddy or something?
They went like,
Period,
like
you know what I'm
they
saying?
thought he was.
And you can't paint good.
They went after him as like a trafficker and drug dealer.
Oh, it's because his biggest hit is because I got high.
Yeah. No, they mistake him for somebody else, and yet they don't want to pay for the damages. And one of the cops, there's a lemon pound cake is a song he did, and I didn't realize what it was about. And it's actually one of the cops actually ate from his kitchen, a cake on his kitchen counter. And like he walked past and went back and ate it while they're doing a search warrant, dude.
Wow.
Went through all his clothes and stuff, and he wasn't even home, didn't even know what was going on. And he's like, dude. But he was making music about it. And then they decided they felt ashamed rather than going, hey, sorry, man, we did you wrong. They decided to sue him, and now he won. So let's play this this clip here after he just came out, and then we'll move on to talking about Sam Keith.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And you can't paint good, you can't paint bad. You just look at the actions, and all the good people got.
Hey, is it me or is that coming out only on your left headphone?
No, it's hitting me on both sides.
Oh, weird. It's like I can hear you on both sides of my headphones, but like on this one, I can only hear on the left. So hopefully it's coming through to everybody else. All right.
Yeah.
Apologies for that, guys. It's weird. I was messing around with my headphones going, no. And then I played it. It's on both sides. Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And you can't paint good, you can't paint bad. You just look at the actions, and all the good people got to come together and just do the best you can when these things happen. And when bad things happen, you do your best and make it good.
Dude's emotional, man. He's crying because he won, right? I mean, they went hard against him, dude.
When life give you lemons, you make lemon pound cake.
Oh,
I'm Adams County. You're gonna go to a different area.
Now you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. I'm home. If I go to a different area, I got to deal with a different police department kicking down my door, disconnecting my cameras and stealing my money. So my battle is won here. I think I'm gonna lay my head.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Where'd you get the suit from? I gotta ask.
So they actually stole his money as well. Not only did they break down his door.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Not only did they break down his door and stuff, but also stole his money. I want to show you this video before we move on to Sam Keith, because this is avant-garde. These guys are like, I think this is the one. These guys are Japanese dance troupe, right? So I think this is avant-garde doing on their. Is it featuring avant-garde? Darn it! No, it's not. This is a different one. So I wanted to show this because I'm not sure it's a musical group. If you have seen or not seen these guys, but these guys are awesome, dude. Like I think they appeared on America's Got Talent, but yeah, these guys are amazing. So I'm not going to put the sound on because I want to, probably wait. What happened? There we go. Put that. But just want to show you this because I think this is so cool. The way they move. Check this out, man. I know this is like cut in between and stuff, but like to make for the music video, but they're so friggin' amazing sequence wise. Have you seen those guys that do like underwater like Olympics level jazz, underwater jazz thing? Some of them move like this, but in the water.
I see.
Like they're all in sequence, like every single one of them. And I think they hired them, I guess, for this music video, but they have a channel that I was gonna like look at before moving on. That is crazy because I used to dance when I was, in my 20s, and this is crazy, man. This sort of before I had my car accident, right? Now I probably just move my legs up and down. You know why this is cool to me? They're fully clothed,
Right.
and I can watch it without feeling weird about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas like all music, like all popular music now, like on the radio, whatever, TV, with dance music, all mostly people naked or half naked or you know topless or whatever have you, like just you know. So when I see stuff like that, really, it's I find it enjoyable to actually watch the dancing, you know. So this is Avant-Garde here. This is their channel. They have like 1 million subscribers, right? Because that's how popular they are because of how good they are, and they do practice videos, and so you can see them practicing and stuff, as well as music videos for people, right? And there's a couple of other people that they've joined up with that actually are now doing the similar style. So this is was it a collaboration with high school? Yeah, Dance Club of Tomioka High School collaborates with the musical film. Wait, who's the musical film? I'm not sure what that is. Talk about, but here's the link for that.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glory.
So the link's in the chat for that. And now we're going to look at Sam Keith before we go to our video of the day, which is the second part of our.
What did he die from? That's what I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, because I just saw the name yesterday, and today I'm like, oh, and then like before I went to bed, like I was like, oh right, that's Max, And so it's been a long time since
Well, I just saw that today. I didn't even know he had passed.
Right. So what I've done here is I have put out I'm gonna have like the AI voice read this out because there's a lot of text, and I think it's much better to do that. So hopefully this is coming through to you. Let me know if you can hear this. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, I guess you didn't hear that. So I guess I'm gonna have to remove this, and we'll go to this to look at this. All right. So tell me if you hear this.
On the 11th of
Do you hear that?
Yes, I hear it.
Great. All right, here we go. So this is article from who was it? Was it yeah, this is from article from Bleeding Cool by Rich Johnston. We're gonna look at I'm gonna have a look at some posts from other creators as well. Artists, writers. Here we go.
Born on the 11th of January, 1963, Sam Keith was a comic book polyglot, writing, drawing, painting, and bringing a graffiti aesthetic to his art, influenced by the likes of Frank Frazetta, Bernie Wrightson, and Von Bode, but finding a way to turn that to mainstream success in the superhero field. On the likes of Wolverine, which he made a bestseller in Marvel Comics Presents, as well as working sporadically on the Hulk. But it was his Image Comics creation in 1993, The Max, that brought him true fame.
not only for creating a comic book series about identity, existence, dreams, and reality, but also for lightly disguising it as a superhero comic. It delighted Alan Moore to guest write an issue as well as the introduction years later to his Zero Girl. The Max was adapted to an animated series for MTV's Liquid Television strand and went global. Years later, Todd McFarlane would have a massive hit making Max toys, including hard-to-find bags of Iz's.
So this is the Max. I think there's a trailer from it. Let me bring it up. And that's how I know Sam Keith. And I've seen his artwork over the years, but the Max anime was what really, get me to read Max comics. And I have a couple, I'm not sure, but I have a few in my collection.
Coming from MTV Animation.
My mind wanders across all the lonely, misguided people in this dark city.
It's wet, dark and wet.
Full of people who are experts at avoiding reality.
It's the kind of weather that penetrates. Dark and wet.
With good reason. I'm not sure any of us wants to know what goes on out there at 3 a.m.
I did it all for you, Julie.
God knows who doing God knows what.
The pain, the sex, it was all for you.
Best not to think about it. Just push it down and go on. Lots of other people could use my help, but somehow I always come back to old Max. He really thinks he's some kind of flaming superhero. Not that the city couldn't use one.
He's big. He's purple. He's heroic.
They come out of the ground, pulling me down. I have to fight back or be destroyed.
He just may be out of his mind.
Oh, God. It's starting to come back to me now. The gods who eat mountains, the flying dragons, the leopard queen.
The Max, ruler of the jungle, scourge of the city.
A few women who can't take care of themselves get messed with, and you ride to the rescue. Who are you to assume responsibility for their lives?
I am the Max.
Turn-ons, Pez, Cheers, and Justice.
You killed my hostage. You killed my hostage. You killed my hostage!
Turn-offs, serial murderers.
Don't you lovely ladies have something you could be doing right now?
Vicious sharp-fang parasites, bubble baths. Journey to worlds undreamt of. With the Max, you've never seen a hero with feet this big.
Do you notice that was 9 Inch Nails right there at the end?
Yeah. Yeah.
That suits it so well, man. So the full episodes
That was probably
of Max. Carry on.
That was probably the second best image cartoon than besides the Spawn HBO series.
Yeah. And the thing about this is that it's very mature, right? I just saw something before that was it like here? Hold on. Stop. It was the Max Explained. And the Max is basically what he's known for because it was such a unconventional story, right? Because of it wasn't your usual capes and what is it called? Capes and costumes type thing. And it's just it kind of like here's the one. So it's not your usual, like I said, it's not your superhero comic, right? It's dark, it's messy, it touches on subjects that most superhero comics don't touch. And with an image for Sam Keith here with this was really well suited, man, to put this out through Image rather than Marvel or DC. Because Yeah, it's such a different thing. And one of the other things I was thinking when I was watching that, Alesmet's Alesmet's Drake reminds me of the Max, right? The art style and everything. It's very
You think
much
so?
similar. I think so, man. From what I've seen, Alesmet, showing
Yeah.
his,
I
it's
it's kind of
kind of
like
feels like
I'd
that.
say Lasmat's.
Carry on.
Sorry, I was gonna say I kind of feel like a storybook is Drake is kind of a mix between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Max,
Hmm.
and I would say unfortunately since it's a duck, even though he says it's a
Yeah,
beast citizen, um,
yeah,
like Howard the Duck,
right.
at least with the aesthetic of him looking like a duck.
The other thing was yesterday I was thinking that, and I know he's animated a couple, stuff with with his Drake Be Citizen comic book. I was wondering, I think his character would work, like his comic would work really well as an animation, because I've been watching a lot of animations, shorts and stuff in the last couple of weeks, and it just feels like if he animated Drake, I think it'll be a thing that would really take off outside of comics for him because of the art style. It would really work well as an animation. So here is what is the Max, right? And I think for me, Sam Keith's Max is one of my character, one of the books and comics that I really like. Yeah, subscribe to us too.
Hello, everyone. So, today we're going to be talking about a dark, brutish character made back in the 90s in the MTV era. We are talking about none other than the Max. Now, the Max is a comic book and animated series that is written and illustrated by Sam Keith and published by Image Comics. The first issue was actually published in March 1993. The series actually follows the story of the Max, who is, for all intents and purposes, a homeless man who believes he is a superhero. So it is a mental issue. The Max shifts between the real world and the dream world, which he actually refers to as, quote, the outback, which is pretty much as real to him as the real world is. The only friend he has is Julie Winters. She is a freelance social worker. Now, in the plot of the story, Julie stops her car to help a man in the street. She is beaten and left to die. To cope with it, she hides in what is referred to by the Max as to be her outback. And the outback is just a primeval landscape that is entirely suited to Julie's subconscious brain. In this world, she has control. Now, in the outback, she becomes the quote, leopard queen, an all powerful goddess. And just like the Max, she spends so much time in the outback that the real world and the outback gradually become unstable. Later, she accidentally hits a homeless man with her car. Now, remembering what happened the last time she stopped to help someone, she actually covers the unconscious body with trash. But in doing so, she unintentionally opened a link to the outback. After Julie leaves, a lampshade in the trash expands over the man's body, becoming a mask that consumes him and links him to Julie. Now, because of this, the homeless man does not remember anything about himself, only that Julie is important to him somehow. He doesn't even know his own name. At that point, he is just calling himself the Max. Nor does he really know what he looks like under his mask. Now, the villain of the story, Mr. Gone, a serial killer with a telepathic
With a pencil eraser head looking thing. Head, right?
link to Julie and extensive knowledge of and access to people's various outbacks. Now, eventually, Mr. Gone takes Julie to see the truth about her past and eventually reveals to her how the Max came to be. An ironic twist, however, is revealed by Mr. Gone to a bit character who is then killed. The fact that Gon had first met Julie when she was a child, she actually knows him as Uncle Artie. Now, one of the dominant concepts of the Max is that all human beings have a spirit animal, which is then linked to the person during a pivotal moment in their lifetime. What's important to remember is that Julie is then linked to a spirit animal of a rabbit. And this is worth noting because Max, who is linked to Julie and her spirit animal, worries that if he removes his mask, he will actually find the head of a rabbit beneath it. Now, as far as powers and abilities go, the Max is a two-sided coin. On one side, he is a homeless man who is just susceptible to injury and any kind of imperfection a human body would have. On the other, the Max is super strong, highly durable, has two large bone protrusions out of his hands, almost Wolverine like, and is sensitive to what goes on in the outback itself.
I haven't read Max in like about 20 years, give or take 15, and it's yet I remember it having such an impact on my life, and especially after I watched the animated series and trying to figure out what I was reading and what I, back in the 90s when this came out, and you know, because when you're reading comics for the first time and you're reading all these other comics, superheroes and stuff, and you suddenly pick up a Max, you go, oh, what is this about? And you don't fully understand it.
It seems very kind of. It's almost brilliant in a sense. It's
Mm.
it's not like well, that guy's bad, that guy's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some problems, but the Max isn't really a superhero book.
No.
It kind of is, but it kind of isn't.
And like I said, it touches so many mature, um, subjects as well.
And it doesn't.
Social
Yeah.
worker, mental health and stuff. Carry on.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it talks, looking at like homelessness, looking at like mental illness, social status of people, and then throws it in there with a serial killer, and you're like, okay, and then what are these creatures? How come there's like these two worlds going on at the same time? And you're trying to figure out in your head, as a teenager, how does this all work? Because I remember when I saw it, it was like, it wasn't a straightforward book. These people, like reading, what I was reading at that time was basically 2000 AD, and then also reading X-Men books, right? Mutant books, and you knew where the mutants were stood, right? But when you're reading Max, it's like, wait, this is something else, and it's special because the art is totally different, and very vibrant, and it just stands out on its own. Tim?
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, like superhero books will have story arcs, and then they'll have maybe a few standalone issues. But I think the Max was like it was like one big storyline. It was a continuous storyline for I don't know how many issues.
Yeah. Let me see how many. I think that was about maybe 24 or something like that.
I felt it was a little more.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. 35 issues. So yeah, 24 and 12 together.
With a few spin-offs. I remember I had Friends of Max issue 1, and it was about an artist that wanted to be taken seriously, but he looked like everything he did was out of a coloring book.
Right.
Like he drew with crayons or something.
Yeah, so there was a second story arc, which is from 95 to 2005.
What was the second story arc about? Because the first one seemed to be a lot about the Max and Mr. Gon, and Julie was kind of caught in the middle of it.
Yeah, so it's and after this conclusion of the first story arc, the comic skips in time from 1995, the then present, to 10 years later in 2005, Julie and Dave, the former Max, having vanished, the action focused on Sarah as she now spells her name and Lago, a giant murderous banana slug from her outback. Lago has a list of people.
Oh, right.
And it turns out and it turns out Julie and Sarah are both on it. So they're on his kill list. Sarah has constant confrontations with Mr. Gone, who's repentant of his past crimes. He's visited by 3 special agents intent on arresting him, but he turns them into insects. Yeah, it just gets. Let me see what they said about.
Yeah, I remember the slug character. There's a lot of gaps in my collection for that series, but I do remember when I started getting issues, it had a slug character in it.
Yeah, so that must be that one. So there was 5 volumes, I guess. Max book 1, but 2, 3, 4, 5. That covers all 35 issues from 1 to. So I guess it's 7 issues per. 6 issues. Sorry, 6 issues per volume. So there's another one where they've got a maximized, which IDW reissues and collected into hardcovers, right? So you can get them in hardcovers again with the maximized name.
Oh, they're definitely going to reprint his stuff now.
Yeah, and then there's also a 3-volume maxed out, which is like double volumes in one by IDW again. So I guess he moved over to IDW, and then there's also then there's also Batman and Max, and then Batman the Max, Arkham Dreams, and the Lost Compendium. So there's about another 8 stories there with the Batman.
Yeah. Well, don't forget I-before-E, which was everything he did before Marvel Comics.
Right.
Which supposedly had a mini comic that was kind of the, I guess the archetype. No, is archetype the right word? Definitely something that was like Max before the Max existed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, he does have a weakness. Sometimes he is not capable of knowing what is in the real world and what is in the false reality, which causes many onlookers to wonder about his sanity. We think this is a really neat character and really shines a light on mental illnesses. And we think that MTV really did hit back in the 90s with this show. Hopefully, in the near future, whoever has the copyrights to this character creates a new world for all of us to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do.
And that is from Review With You. That's from 2 years ago. So now I want to look at all the, condolences posts and stuff like that, and also I think some artwork. So this is the Batman and Max. This is the Arkham Dreams one that I was just talking about.
The first issue of the Max says it all for you right there. That cover, and then the big blood splot behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that one somewhere. I mean, not the black one, but I have somewhere. Look at this. Actually, let me put it into a new image so it's like nice and big for us to look at more detail. Like, just amazing, just, fantastical, just going with the flow, creating these creatures. Look at this one here, man. This bird. This is from Sandman.
Oh, that's some crazy shit right there. Yeah. I never got into the whole Sandman thing. It was always the Max, or I had some Marvel Comics Presents. But the first time I ever heard of him was the Max. And then
same.
I don't know how I got a copy of I-before-E, but I had one for the longest time.
There's a lizard here, gecko.
Yeah.
Baboon. He was really suited to doing, as an artist for Sandman, right? Because the different creatures, the fantasy world of the Sandman. It's amazing.
Well, he started out as an underground comic book artist.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why, like, I think his work is so underground because it's a style, right? Which is different to everybody else's who's come out from like the school of, how to draw the Marvel way, right? Kind of thing, or the DC way. And you look at it, and his work is so much fluid, and the character's so much more fantastical than just, you know, straightforward images. That's awesome one on his Wolverine. Look at his like the curve in his claws, bone claws. You got Zero Girl. I think I have a copy of this somewhere.
I had a few issues of that.
Yeah. It's awesome, man. This is the one you're talking about, right? I before E. Fantastic, Fantagraphic Comics. Before Aliens, before Wolverine, before even Epicurus the Sage, from the pages of I can't read. That's too small. Yeah, I can't see that. But yeah. So you got a copy. You have a copy of this, or you had a copy of this?
I had the second one. There are two of them, I think.
How many pages are in that?
I don't have it anymore, but I had it at one time.
Dude was he's only 10 years older than me. Yeah. His Batman was crazy. That's what I loved about it. The long hours as ears. Like these, like this. Look at that. It's like about a foot long. It's just crazy, man. Yeah. Let me see. I had something. Here we go. Here's the other post, and this is from comicbookmovie.com. Now I will grab this, and we'll have the lady read it out for us. Just give me one sec. Convert to speech, and we'll get that, and I'll bring you the link for the article in a minute. Wait, you didn't want to read it out for me. Okay, try again. Convert. No, this is the one now wants me to pay. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's get away from that. Let's go to the article, and I'll do my best to read it. Sam Keith, hold on. We're deeply saddened to report that acclaimed comic book artist and writer Sam Keith, co-creator of The Sandman, has passed away at the age of 63. This is written by Mark Cassidy, and here's a link for it in the chat. The comic book community is in mourning following the devastating news that renowned artist and writer Sam Keith, creator of the Max and co-creator of The Sandman, has passed away at the age of 63. Reports indicate that Keith died on March 15th after a battle with Lewy body dementia. Oh, wow, man. Horrific degenerative condition that causes cognitive decline, hallucinations, and Parkinson-like movement symptoms. Keith is survived by his wife of 43 years, Kathy.
Wow.
That's horrible,
so
dude.
he basically had Parkinson's?
Worse than Parkinson's. See, this is not my fear, but this is what I kind of like think. It's like, for me, it's like the saddest thing would be when I can't write or anymore because my brain is gone. That I can't think and stuff, and I can't process thoughts and ideas, that's when I'll be like the most sad. The first time I was sad like was in 94, 95 when I had my when I had my wrist, like my tendons in my right wrist, cut due to a accident on a dance floor with a glass, right? Or I think it was glass, drinking glass, and slipped my wrist while I was, on the stage there, dance stage, and so they had to operate on my hand, and like when I came out and saw it all like bandaged up and not being able to move my fingers, that was like the first time I was like, no, right? It's like, no, I can't do art anymore. No. And so the second time would be like if I'm like I can't think anymore. Because there's voice to text, right? So now you can like tell the computer to write whatever you're saying. But if you can't think, man, that's the worst thing I can think of as a writer, and a creator to not be able to do.
Well, there's a. Oh, sorry.
And yeah, and so like you look at this dude at this stage having this is the saddest thing, man. Someone with his, with the skill and talent and going out like that has to be horrific for his wife.
Yeah.
But the thing I was thinking is, she's been with him for 43 years, dude. They got married when he was 20 years old.
Yeah. Well, there's we are nothing but shadows and dust. So it's not what you take with you; it's what you leave behind.
Exactly, that legacy of work, man.
So, just put your books out. Put your books out as fast as you can. Don't don't do this whole quality bullshit. Just put it out.
100%. Yeah.
Just put it out and don't even worry about whether you're going to be famous or not. Just let people discover it. Just let people find it. Let people be entertained by it. People don't really care how well it's drawn. They want to be entertained.
Exactly. And that's it, right? Like, I mean, there is going to be somebody who's going to enjoy that, and there's going to be groups of people who like it, and people who will buy it and support you in it.
There are people who got famous and they don't even know how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what people like at the end of the day. You know what touches them. It's like, dude, I watched Gravity Falls for the first time the last couple of days.
Yeah.
I love that. Have you heard of Gravity Falls?
No.
Right? So Gravity Falls is a Disney TV show, and they had the entire show on YouTube. And I started watching and I fell in love with it, dude. I just totally love Gravity Falls. I'm on the last episode now, about to watch.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
it is such a cool. It's for kids, but it's such a cool fantasy show. This one here, they were with dragons and friggin'
breaking the stands, mine. Steal a combination to a safe.
Sorry, not dragons. Dinosaurs, right? They had dinosaurs in it, and I'm like, this is so enjoyable, right? I've never seen this. And the girl, the lady or person who does the voice of this girl, she's the one from the that hamburger cartoon show family. I can't remember what their family name is, but I mean the cartoon name is, but they kind of sometimes they have Simpsons on it. So she does the voice for this, and it's so cool, man.
Come on, Grunkle Stan, you can handle it. You punched a pterodactyl in the face, remember?
Oh, yeah. I did do that, didn't I? My, what suspicious laughter?
Guys, we're going in.
Need someone to tag along?
So she's like, she does the middle child of that. I can't remember. I've got a T-shirt for it. But like, so you never know what, like you said, man, you never know what's gonna take off, what isn't gonna take off. You just got to put it out there, right?
Well, yeah.
And,
I mean, like, was it you've heard of Danzig, right?
Yeah.
You know how old the song Mother was when it actually ended up on MTV? It was like 7 years old.
Right.
they're talking about it. He goes, I've been playing that. I've been singing that song for about 7 years before they found it.
Yeah, and because they put on like they had it on there, and then they had on rock thing.
They had it on
like
like a heavy metal show.
yeah, but I had that like I had the album. I was given that album back in 85, 86 or something like that when it just came out.
Yeah, have you seen the original video? The video that everybody knows is not the original video. In fact, MTV hated the original video. It was really kind of morbid.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like they've been like he was only 20 years old when Kathy and Sam got married, you know. That's like it's not often you see that in comics and stuff.
Oh,
Like she
yeah.
stuck by him and
So
everything. It's like
Sam Keith, I think, has really forged a legacy. And
yeah,
now that he's passed on, people are going to start looking up his stuff even more.
exactly.
I mean, that's kind of how it works.
And he's I guess I mean like he's been fighting. We don't know how long he's been fighting this, right? This body dementia thing. Lewy body dementia thing.
Well, I mean, depends. I mean, like, there probably was a time when he stopped. Just the work was slowing down.
Yeah. So Image Comics writes, "We're deeply saddened to hear of the passing of Sam Keith. From the Max to his work across comics, Sam brought a completely unique look and voice to the industry. His art was raw and unmistakably his. Sam's influence will be felt for generations." And they're right here. Our thoughts are with his wife, I guess. His family. I'm not so survived like with his family and friends. I don't think they don't mention his children, so I'm not sure if he did have children or not.
Who knows?
But yeah. So then you've got Jared Jones. I don't know who Jared Jones is. But he says, here's to Sam Keith, a thrilling, singular artist whose strangeness changed everyone who engaged with his work for the better. People talk about generational artists. Sam was his generation. Boundary breaking, adventurous, unique, and wild. Exactly. He just had that friggin' amazing style, right? That was his own.
Right.
And that's what I always say to people, like, stop trying to be like somebody friggin' else. Just do your thing. Do your art your way.
At least put your own spin on something.
Yeah.
Quit using quality as an excuse to be lazy.
Yeah, let's just do it over and over to get it right. Just do the friggin' work, right? And people like it for what it is. Like they'll know if you're copying somebody or if you aren't. There's a time when, everybody wanted to be like Mark Silvestri, right? Everybody wanted to draw like Todd McFarlane or Jim Lee, right? Jay Lee, dude, just draw, hone your own style, right? Just do it your way. So that your way will stand out for itself and not be a copy of somebody else.
Right.
At the end of the day, people will like you for your work, not for you doing somebody else's style.
Yeah.
I hate it when people try to copy other style.
Yeah. Well, you start off somewhere. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to try to draw like Rob Liefeld.
Exactly, but sometimes you just got to. There's a point where you go, I got to move on to do something else, right?
Right.
It's, this is a beautiful work. Let's have a look at this one here. Here's Wolverine.
Yeah.
This is just great. I love his Wolverine's just so out there, man.
Well, he created. Did he
he's
also
always-
have something to do with creating the character Cyber?
I think I heard that. I'll have to look into his creations in a minute. But he always adds organic stuff. That's kind of like you can tell that's his work because of this organic stuff.
Right.
There's always going to be something here, right, around that's earthy, fungus, animals, eggs. See that? Mushrooms, grass. It's just so good. Go back to the others. Hold on. Go back to the main article. There we go. His need to keep flipping between the two friggin' posts, but this is an earlier image of Sam. I think it's probably from like about 20 years ago or something. But his Sandman. I've actually read every issue of Sandman and related issues of Lucifer, the comic book. And I've actually watched every episode of Lucifer, the TV show.
I
Which is its own
never
thing.
have, but I kind of want to go back and actually read his Sandman stuff.
Sandman, I mean, like, I know everybody hypes it up. I just like it for what it is. It's its own thing, you know. I don't like what came afterwards, but I like Sandman for the books, you know, and his work on it. And to think, like, you know, he did so much work on Sandman, it was just crazy. I'd actually forgotten because, like, without Sandman, right? I think a lot of people wouldn't have looked. I mean, would have only thought of him as with the Max, but Sandman, you know, I guess cemented him as a co-creator to be able to. Actually, wait, flipping over. Go back up. Get up there. There we go. Wait, am I on the right? Did you move? Oh, no. Wait, it did move off on me. Hold on. It's changed everything. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah. Oh, here it is. Now we got it back. Thank you. It was weird. It was just everything messed up on the website. So you got rest in peace from Rob Liefeld. You know.
Oh yeah, I shared that one.
His own unique style, man. Like, this is the thing. Like, you know, you're not going to go to Sam Keith and go, "Hey, do me a Rob Liefeld," you know, because you go to an artist and go, "Yeah, do me a Wolverine in your style." Otherwise, if I want Rob Liefeld, I'll go and wait for Rob Liefeld to do Wolverine in his style.
Yep.
You know,
Sam's was pretty cartoonish.
Yeah,
the style was.
It's that underground like punk style, right? It's a real
Yeah, a little serious, but also very cartoony. Like the Max had huge feet.
Yeah. He really hit his own thing. And that's the thing, like, you know, yeah, get inspired by other artists. I mean, that's where you're going to learn, right? But then at the end of the day, pick a path and choose your style and just keep doing that. And don't worry about what somebody else is doing, right? I mean, like, don't scream and yell and stream and live stream and put out, put out videos about the black man, right? Just do your thing.
That gets old and stupid. It's like, who
Yeah,
cares?
just concentrate on putting your work out, you know?
If you're half the legend you claim you are, you should be focusing on what you're doing.
All right, let's go to our 20. Where's my 20? Where's my link? Here it is. Rest in peace, Sam. Yeah. And much love to your wife and
My
family.
condolences.
Yeah. You know, it's really sad whenever we lose an artist and creator, writer, right? Because it's part of our community, whether you like the person or not. And
Yep.
I don't really have animosity to anybody in the mainstream because I love their work, and I think I will never have a bad word to say to them because they all helped me become what I am as a writer, as a creator. And I have Max on my shelf. I have Sandman, you know, in my in my drawers, in my what is it like, in the containers, you know, and I've never had anybody say a bad word about Sam Keith. You know, and he's left us a legacy, like you said, man. Like, work to look at, enjoy for generations to come. And I think that's what this is all about, right? You got to put work out to, for it to be seen and liked and loved,
Exactly.
because you don't know who's going to like it or love it. Just ignore the people who hate it and just, reach out to people who like it.
Exactly.
There is something.
So, moving on to our, I think we finished with the top 10. Yep, that was the one. Now we're up to the last part of this, where we start off with the next 10. 20 must-watch retro classic anime movies before we die. And that's the whole point of this this live stream, is to enjoy the good things and celebrate the great arts.
Oh, Japanese, you're so crazy.
All right, here we go. Part 2.
The new factions battle over the fate of Tokyo, driven by a prophecy that is essentially self-fulfilling. People die not because the war demands it, but because they believed the prophecy said they would. The protagonist is forced into choices that guarantee he loses everything he cares about, no matter what he does. The film operates on multiple levels and delivers one of the more striking endings from that era. If you saw the TV series first, this is a very different experience. The Ocean Waves is a 1993 Ghibli film made entirely by
Ghibli. Hello? You still there, man?
Oh, sorry, I'd muted myself. Apologies, I didn't realize. I was like, I can hear you, but I'm like, what? So I am looking up the X information about the anime, but I'm not seeing it do its thing on IMDb, so we can look more detail about this. So I know it's based on the manga, but wait, I'm gonna have to go to IMDb or Google it. Hold on, give me 1 second. X manga anime, and of course I put a C in front of it. Okay, here we go. Come on, Google. Move. Wait. What's going on with my... What the... Give me 1 second. Something's going up with my... Here we go. Yes, it is a manga. I knew it was a manga. I was like, why is it not giving the information I want? So here it is. So, known as X 1999, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Clamp. Now, Clamp, for those people who don't know, and I've been looking into Clamp recently, right? They've changed over the couple of years, but it's a female manga artist writer group, right? It's an all production company, right? So there's 4 of them. First it was Nananase Okawa and 3 artists whose roles shift for each issues, right? Series. So this group is amazing. Like, they've put out so much stuff, dude, over the years, right? Since 1980s. Right, and they're still going. So over here you can go, and I'll put this in a link so you guys can check it out. But Clamp has introduced so much stuff for us to enjoy, including this movie that we're just going to be looking at, the X, in more detail. So you've got here, this is them about 20 years ago, right? The four, and then if you look here, they've like currently there's Nanase Okawa, Mokona, Sabaki, Nikoi, and Tatsuki Igarashi, right? But also formerly they've had all these other artists here as writers as well. So the name clamp refers to a storage clamp in the sense of a bunch of potatoes, right? There's reference to Dukion clamp school defenders where a teacher is observed saying the word name clamp, right? So these, the four of them back in 1980 got together a group as an, to create and write manga. And they started out, formerly was, first formed in 1980s as a 12-member group creating dojinshi, right? Basically self-published works like us, right? Fan works. So dojinshis are like parodies or ongoing works, like people doing like their own versions of like Spider-Man. Unlike US where everything's copyrighted and you can't do that, in Japan you can do that. You can actually do your own version of One Piece and people will buy that and it'll be okay. You won't get you won't get Disney's lawyers on you, right? Jumping down your throat and taking you to court for everything you got if you put out a comic book with Spider-Man on it. So that's how these guys started out. I guess from school, and then by 87, they produced their original manga. And by the time the group made its mainstream publishing debut with RG Vita in 1989. So you can see their style, right? It's I guess it's a classic anime style. Like if you look at the 80s, they have this sort of unique style of go back there. And this is their first work. So it will go bigger. Nope, will not go bigger. So it's bigger that way. So you will always see this unique style in the art, and you'll know it's what period it's from. So this is Clamp. And there's another group, I can't remember. There's another writing group, Bones. I think Bones is the other one. What's it? Bones Team? Is it like Bones Anime Team or something like that? Let me see if we can do this. Oh, manga artists.
Oh, well, I guess he thought that I was hosting the show. I have so many interesting things to say. He should totally let me on his show. What do you think?
Well, he hasn't let me on his show. I think I'm more important than you, don't you think?
Maybe.
He's gonna love that though. He's gonna love that side swipe that I just did to you, right? He's gonna take that on his show. He's gonna talk about how we are breaking apart.
Oh yeah, should we start yelling at each other?
Yeah, and then we're like we hate each other, and that's the way we're gonna do this. He can take that on his show and talk about us. Like I was in the chat and I saw the Monkey King fighting it out with Timothy. So this is the Bones group. Here we go. So Bones is an animation company, right? So these are two names you got to remember about when it comes to manga and anime: Bones and Clamp. Historically, they're like worked on some of the greatest things you can think of that's come out of Japan. Bungo Stray Nights Stray Dogs is a really cool show. If you watch that anime, it's really cool. So now going back to X. So they came out in 1999. Wait, when did a manga come out? 92. All right. So original run ran for about 11 years. Yeah, 11 years, man. So it was a monthly Asuka magazine. That's where it came out. This is what I mean, like the art style of the 80s, right? These like really thin chins, arrowed chins, whatever you want to call it. And Katakawa Shoten now. I think it's just called Katakawa. So the story behind, let me see the manga. What is the story? Where's the story? not going to tell me. Yeah, so there's 18 volumes. Man, that's huge. 11 years they put out 18 volumes. Hey, that's a lot of work, don't you think, Tim? In 11 years they put out 18 volumes of manga, and they're around about 200 pages, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
But this is just one book they put out at that time. They were putting a whole bunch of them. This is so. There's a list of chapters. I'm trying to figure out where's the story about this. Oh yeah, here we go. Prelude, right? So after his mother's death, Kamui Shiro returns to his home, Tokyo. As he arrives, he destroys a shikigami, right? So it's a supernatural story that attack him and is spied by a woman known as Princess Hinato. At school, Kamui starts ignoring his two childhood friends, the siblings Katori and Fuma Monao. Much to his former sadness, or much to Kotori's sadness. Kamui is later spied by Hinato's bodyguard, Daisuke Saiki. Kamui attempts to kill Saiki, who was rescued by Arashi Kishu. So it's like it's pretty much a supernatural anime. So let me see if I can find a trailer for that, because X manga anime. It's X is such a weird freaking title. So it gets there is, by the way, a feature length movie, which is what we're talking about here, that you can actually watch in English on YouTube. It's called X the Movie, right? So let me show you what it is here, so you guys can. We'll play a little bit of it just to give you an idea of what X is. Because I mean, like I said, there's another movie that came out recently. It's that trilogy now, a horror movie out of Japan called X, right? So let me go forward a bit. Get that. Let's try there. So this came out in 1999. Find out what X was because it's called X the Movie. And if you look for X, you'll have like random stuff come up on there. So in 1999, and this was 96 was the movie. In 1999, a battle takes place between two factions of divine warriors for the fate of the world. And yes, I have seen it. I gave it a 6. I mean, like when you're looking at older movies, decades later, you don't have the same impact that would have had if I had watched it at that time, because you've got 30 years of friggin' manga and animation stories and art styles have changed. And so it's I guess the manga and the TV show would be much series, I should say, would give you a better idea than this condensed.
I don't understand why they went from like really gritty, over the top violence to this cutesy crap that they're doing now.
It's not all cutesy though. That's the thing. I mean, that's the reason behind this
Well,
series.
I mean, like what's popular with the kids nowadays, it's always like Pokemon this or something kiddish.
Well, the reason that's popular is because it incorporates games. The card game, right?
I mean, but like remember in the late '90s, it was like just crazy shit going on in these cartoons, and all of a sudden they just kind of soften it.
I think it has to do with the fact that when you've got a Western audience, they're not really into that. They're raised on Superman, right? And Batman, and I guess Batman's a bit more darker, but like on Spider-Man and stuff. So it's a bit more tame. But then if you're looking at animation, it's a Tom and Jerry, right? A Tom and Jerry, right? And it's it's Hanna-Barbera. So it became a bit more tame. But no, there is a whole bunch of really hardcore animation out there right now, as well as
Yeah,
the
but when I
cartoon.
was getting into it, it was a friend had Ninja Scroll. He had Ghost in the Shell. A bunch
Yeah.
of and like we watched the Street Fighter anime from 1994,
Mm.
and it was just over the top and insane, and it was awesome. And then I
Yeah.
saw
Well,
like
I mean,
Fist of the North Star, which is my personal favorite.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually made if I remember right, way back in the 90s, they actually made a live action of North
Oh yeah,
Star.
I heard about that. I heard that's notoriously bad.
Yeah. So nobody mentions it anymore. Fist of North Star.
They made a sequel series, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that came out in when was the live action? 95. Yeah, so this
Wow.
is it here.
I know. The original Fist of the Star cartoon was the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that came around about 94 or earlier than that. So this is the American, and look at it, 3.9 out of 10, right? So you can see how bad it is. And this had Gary Daniels and Malcolm McDowell, uh, right? Of course, Malcolm McDowell is an amazing actor, but not sure what happened to Gary. But this is like, I mean, people are talking about like, oh, cultural appropriation, or race swapping, dude. Kinshero. Way back in 95 was like a white dude. So let's have a watch of this. Where's my volume?
You mean to kill me? Time beyond tomorrow. A new order has begun. Innocence has no chance. And only the North Star can bring back the peace.
Fist of the North Star!
Your dreams are over. Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, that's cheesy as shit.
That's as bad as the light. What was it? Oh, gosh, I can't remember now. Death Note, the Death Note movie that they did recently. It's as bad as that, right?
I've never heard of it.
Is it 2006? No. Yeah, this one. And you be glad you didn't watch it. I actually watched this.
Why?
Because I thought it was like whatever. Let's watch this. I think I had free time. Yeah, this is like 2017, so I must have watched this in 2018 when I was like in my 2 years of sabbatical of like away from the internet. So I don't know what it was about because I was just watching it. But this is what happens when you let Hollywood try to do something that they shouldn't be touching. And I still, to this day, am saying that Ghost in the Shell, the Hollywood version of that with Scarlett Jo, is great. I
It
love
is
that.
pretty good. I actually kind of
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
And also, Battle Angel Alita is pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So, but this is this is shit in a bad way. Not this is the shit, right? This is actually shit.
All the people that make life miserable, make life dangerous. What if we can change things? The human whose name is written in this note shall die.
Is it Ryu?
A death god. Yes. What exactly can I do with this death note?
Put your name down and see what happens.
It's so bad.
It's not going to solve a few crimes. It's going to solve all crime. Do you think that I'm crazy?
I think you're not crazy enough. We could change the world.
The killer is taking credit for over 400 deaths. Although we do not know how he kills his victims, we do know he's not some omnipotent force. He's a person, like you or me.
Yeah, they made him black. They made light black. Is it light? I get confused between the two. I mean, like I've seen the entire series, but like I still get confused between the two. I can't remember who's light and who's not, because it's been like about a decade since I've seen it. Like 20. Yeah, it's about a decade since I've seen this thing, 2017. But like, I was watching the anime series, then saw this, and I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. It's like
Into the sun. I'm just here to make sure you.
Talk about race swapping to the max. Like, okay, he's a white dude, now he's a black dude, and everybody hated it. It's like, look at how bad this is. This is even worse than Fist of the North Star, Tim. Look, it's 2.5. I think what did Fist of I think Fist of the North Star got 3.9, right? And that was like in 20 years earlier. Yeah, 95. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's actually not that bad. It's like Fist of North Star is still bad, worse than that then. But both of them suck eggs, bro. So bad. All right, let's get back to our countdown. This is number 9. Give me the right one. Let's go. Here we go. So this is. Oh, wait, number 12? Yeah, X was number 11, so number 12.
The Ocean Waves is a 1993 Ghibli film made entirely by the studio's younger staff. No Miyazaki involvement. It is a grounded romance about a love triangle between 3 high school students in a small coastal town. No supernatural elements, just real human emotions handled with care. At around 70 minutes, it could have used more time, and some character development feels rushed. But what is there works well. It is easily the most overlooked film in the Ghibli catalog, and it does not deserve that status. Golgo 13,
Now, it sounds to me like this is just a standalone movie. I'm not sure if this is like oh, Golgo, by the way, is one of my favorites. If you've never seen Golgo 13, do it. So I want to see if this is a manga or if it's just a standalone animated movie. Yeah, it is. It's an original story. So yeah, that's why we haven't looked at it, because it is an actual standalone movie, animated movie, rather than a something based on a series of light novels, books, or anime or manga. Sorry. So let's watch the full trailer rather than just a number. I wonder if it's in English. So this came out in 93. where is this? Yeah. So as a young man returns home after his first year away at college, he recalls his senior year of high school and the iron-willed big city girl that turned his world upside down. So that is a story about ocean waves. Let's get back to our number 11. It's basically a slice of life story with no sort of like, action sequences or crime or sci-fi mecha, fantasy monsters or supernatural creatures and stuff. Hey, click the wrong thing again. Link, get back up here. Where is it? There we go. Now, as I was saying, Golgo, bro. Golgo 13 is a must watch. It is one of the best assassination gangster type what is it called? Shows, crime shows, right? Animes. It's just one of the best. Now, let me play this little clip and then we'll go to the actual movie trailer.
Professional was released in 1983, and this was one of the first anime films made specifically for adult audiences. It follows the legendary assassin Duke Togo after a hit draws the wrath of a powerful oil baron. The film was an early adopter of CGI in anime and features a story driven less by its stoic protagonist and more by the antagonist's obsessive pursuit of revenge. The supporting cast lacks depth, but the central conflict carries it. This was one of several titles that helped open Western markets to mature anime content before Akira arrived. Wicked City is directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri in 1987, based on a novel by Hideyuki.
Wait, we'll get back to you, Mr. Wicked City. Now, let's cruise over to the IMDb trailer for Golgo 13, so you get a more idea of what this awesome movie is. And also the series, right? There's a whole bunch of them. It's average around about 7 out of 10, so that's pretty good. So after killing the son of a powerful oil tycoon, an infamous hitman is targeted by American governmental forces and superhuman assassins. Now, Osamu Dezaki, if I remember right, is a well-known director, right, and writer. So Blackjack, one of my favorites. If you've never seen Blackjack, it's like House before House, right? But this is like a very, very smart house. The TV show, is it House MD? Isn't that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. But like, I seriously love Blackjack. Clannad, of course, if I remember right, Clannad is about the girl with the no, that's not a different one. What's it? That's not Clannad. What's the other one? But yeah, he's so many titles to his name, man, as a director. But of course, Lupin, one of the greatest. So yeah, Golgo, Lupin, Blackjack, amazing shows. Yeah. Osamu Dezaki. Why am I keep saying his name backwards and misspelled? So yeah. So hand-drawn animation, 90 minutes long. Let's check out this trailer.
Leonard Dawson is the richest man in the world. Powerful people make enemies. If an enemy becomes a problem, someone calls the professional. Codename Golgo 13.
Target, former Nazi SS captain, Bernhard Mueller.
I'll take the job. He never kills for sport. He never misses the mark. And he never gets involved.
Can't you let this one go?
But this time, it's personal. the hunter has become the hunted, because this time he's the target.
We found Golgo 13. He's preparing to shoot, sir.
Go see if you got him this time.
We had him cornered, he was wounded, and yet he was neither captured nor sanctioned.
The next time, either he dies or you die. I want to know who's really behind all this. Did you find out who ordered it?
I will not tolerate it a third time. Do you understand me? That the next time you fail is when you all die.
We have only one enemy. Golgo 13. Kill him.
How long can the
And
professional
I'm back. Oh, look at that. The Professional.
Yeah, well, this is, you know, how you're talking about, like, oh, back then there was like all these mature movies and, you know, everybody was into this anime that was hardcore. Well, this was the first one that started the whole American mature anime movie franchise. The genre, I should say. So this, and I just remembered something, right? So when I was thinking about this, it actually reminded me of the character that I've got that appears in, where is it? Appears in Templeton, which actually I don't have open, but appears in Templeton as a assassin, right? As a hitman. So let me grab this and I'll show you what he looks like here somewhere before we go on about how Golgo 13 was created and stuff, and a bit more about that. Where are you? Templeton page. What page are we on? Flats final things. Oh, there's that one. Hold on. No, that's not the one. Where's the inks? Colors. Gosh. Actually, let me go on to the other one, and while I'll look it up, and we'll go to IMDb. No, we'll go to Wikipedia. So check out how old this manga is, right? 1968. Look at that.
Is that the same one you're talking about? The Golgo 13?
Yeah.
The Professional?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's a 1968 film, but it came out. It came to the States
No.
in 1983.
No. The manga was started in 1968.
Oh,
October. Yeah, and it's got 219 volumes, dude.
219 volumes.
Yeah.
See,
so
there's something to my idea of like only pushing floppies at conventions, and then like promoting trade paperbacks online.
Yeah, because I mean, look, when you're putting out floppies, you're not going to make money on them, right? It's actually what really makes money is it gets the books out there, right? People see it, whatever, get the support. But what really will get you repeatable finance or profit, whatever, even though it's going to be very low, is actually putting out a trade paperback, because that's your collected pieces. That's why, you know, mangas and like the chapters end up online in magazines, and then they put out the volumes, or you know, and then you've got like 200 pages or whatever, how many chapters.
You know what's actually helped me in the very few promote in-store book signing things and whatever is bundles.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd sell quite a few, like 3 or 4 bundles. Like you take, I can buy everything for like $25.
Yeah, it's better that way, because people usually, my thinking is that everybody that walks in through the door at a conventional store has $20 in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
And so if you average everything out as a set worth about $20, you'll be able to give them a whole bunch of stuff for that. However, with Kickstarter, people like to, make their books just $20 just for that one print book, which is kind of a bit overkill for 20 for a 20-page book or something like that, or 25, depending on how many, a 32-page book. But this dude, by the way, has gone into has in 19 was it won a Guinness Book World Record for the oldest manga still in publication. Right? Before his death in 2021, Saito said that he wanted the manga to continue on without him. He had previously raised concerns that the manga may be unfinished before he passes away. So the Saito production group of manga creators will continue its publication with the assistance of the Big Comics editorial group. Big Comics is a magazine, which is here for mature readers, right? And that started since 1968, which means that he was one of the first people to publish his manga in this magazine, and it's one of their hit titles in that time. So the series has been adapted to 2 live-action feature films, an anime movie, and an original video animation, and also an anime television series and 6 video games. With a cumulative total of 3 million copies in circulation in various formats, including compilation books. It is one of the best-selling manga series of all time. Manga won the 1975 Shoga Kuka Manga Award for general manga and the Grand Prix prize at 2002 for Japan Cartoon Association Awards. Right. It's like I said, it's one of my favorites. It's such a cool, strong character, and yeah, it's great, man. Like this is one of the best around. But like I said, if you haven't seen Go-Go 13 or any of the movies or TV shows series, please check it out. If you love, yeah. What's that? Sorry.
I said I will. It sounds like an interesting.
Yeah, man, it is good. It's yeah. Here it is. Let me. I found what I was looking for. So early on with my I wrote a couple crime dramas before I started doing superhero comics. Well, I've only done 1 or 2 superhero comics, but because I like other stories apart from superhero comics. So there is a character I introduce in passing in this. Where are you? Here, right? So this is a character here for that comes out in Templeton, which is coming out in a couple of months on Kickstarter. I'm working on issue color fading the pages now on issue 2. So this is my hitman assassin. It's called Matthew. So before I was writing comic book scripts, I was writing movie scripts. So I have a series called the Dirt, which he is the main character of, but I asked my artist to put him in here in Templeton as a hitman kind of character. So you see him in first time you see him, he's actually here before we do the other book, which was almost finished, but my artist walked away from me like about 4 or 5 pages from finishing. So you get that. And here's the thing, guys, in indie comics, you do have fickle artists, right? And you are going to meet fickle artists who will basically almost complete a book and just leave you high and dry. Right? Not this book, right? But you'll find that there are artists out there who will almost finish the book and then stop. And there are others who will go, yeah, I'm bored now. I don't want to do any more. And so those books, those 30, 20 pages will just sit there for years unfinished until you can find an artist who has the same style. Right?
You can easily just put them together as a short story.
Yeah, but if you've got a complete first issue, which is a Kickstarter, like the Kickstarter to 6-issue series, it's really hard to do because it's not finished. All the issues aren't finished. I mean, the pages aren't finished for that story, and even if you try to do it as a short story, it doesn't work because it's like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't read well. I have 2 stories like that. There's one that was supposed to be like a 4-issue alien superhero type series, mature readers. And there's another one, like I said, Dirt, where he is the main character of that. And it's about an assassin, who's hired to go to Fiji to carry out justice, right? And it's a slice of life crime drama with mature themes. And so, so this is the first time anybody's actually outside of my team and I seeing who Matthew is. So yeah. But his actual look is based on a good friend of mine, Xavier.
For some reason, I'm thinking of the movie Snatch. That was a good one.
Yeah, Snatch is a good movie. All right, that's enough segue about
Piper
that.
kept
But
knocking the guy out.
You all right? You sound like you fell over. Okay, so the next
I didn't
one.
fall over. No, I was just unplugging something.
Okay, so number 14 is I think it's Millennium Princess. Let me see. All right, here we go. Next one.
Yoshiaki Kawajiri arrived. Wicked City is directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri in
Oh,
19...
Wicked City. I remember
a
hearing
novel by
about that. That
Hideyuki
Brendan
Kikuchi.
Tennell's guy.
The plot involves agents from
Hold
the
on,
human world.
Let me stop that. You go say your piece and I'll play it. Go.
Oh, okay, my bad. This guy,
Yeah.
Brandon Tennell, reviewed that and the live action version.
Right. I haven't seen the live action, but I have seen the animated version about a decade ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
City is directed by Yoshiaki
That's all right.
Kawajiri in 1987, based on a novel by Hideyuki Kikuchi. The plot involves agents from the human world and a demon world maintaining a fragile peace. The story is not really the draw. The atmosphere is. Kawajiri creates a mood that is dark, dangerous, and visually striking, leaning heavily into noir aesthetics. I should note that this film contains graphic content, including sexual violence, that will not sit well with many viewers. It is very much a product of its time. If you can handle the more extreme elements and enjoy dark supernatural thrillers, it delivers a specific kind of experience that few other films offer. It is not one I would recommend broadly. Venus Wars is...
I would 100%. If you're an adult, right? And if you like animation, you got to see it.
Or to quote Brendan Tennell, I just want to watch some really fucked up anime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these are like this is what's in this day and age has what, historically these movies shaped how we look at animation and watch all these other people get inspired to do what they do now.
Right.
Without these, they would have nowhere to be no feet to stand on. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the giants, right? These are the giants of anime historically.
Right.
Yeah. So where are we? So Hishiaki Kawajiri. Let's have a look at this director, because it's he's another classic, right? Ninja Skull, there's your favorite one. Vampire Hunter D, another one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Let's have a look at before I play the trailer. I want to go check out the program, right? And Animatrix, the program. So because it's been a while since I've watched Animatrix. The program. See if it's on here we go. Yeah, so it's actually on YouTube. It's only 7 minutes long. So let's check it out. And it's got that classic feel to it as well, which is really cool. So The same director as Wicked City, right?
I can see an influence on the Matrix.
Yes. So this is his segment from that animated series. I mean, standalone.
Your favorite simulation,
Just killing time. You want to spar?
as you wish. That was too easy. What's the problem? Where's your concentration? Maybe you regret taking the red pill.
Maybe.
It crosses everyone's mind at least once. The wish to return to an ordinary life. A carefree life in the country. The life we had before knowing all this.
Even if that life was just an illusion.
It's ironic that one could be more at peace in the virtual world. Finally starting to warm up. Listen to me. I have something I want to talk to you about. It's all right. I've blocked the signal so no one else can hear us.
So what? You gonna propose?
I'm going back to the Matrix, and I want you to come with me.
Come on, be serious, Duo. Stop teasing me.
I am serious, and you know it. I really thought you'd be with me on this. Anyway, it's done, and it's all been settled with them.
What do you mean it's all been settled?
This is the only way. It's just a matter of time before Zion is wiped out. Come with me.
Stop it. Please do not do this to me, Duo. We can't.
We can! I've come to my...
Some people don't like to be free, you know that? Some people just like to wallow in that misery.
Well, some people like their routine, and taking chances is scary. But this is what an anime version of the Matrix, I'm guessing.
Yeah. The Animatrix. Have you never seen the Animatrix?
No, I've never seen the Animatrix.
Oh, dude, you are missing out. So the Animatrix is like the animated short collection of short stories that they put out when the Matrix came out. And let me see, when did it come out? It came out in 2003, and it has about I think it's about 8. Yeah, there's about 8 different stories in this. It's brilliant, dude. I think I have it in my DVD collection. If I don't, I should have it somewhere. But it is, yeah. This is one of the stories. So this, like, they had like people from all around the world do, like the masters of animation do it. So he was asked to do this as well, and this is his version of it. And like, I love seeing these bamboo. Have you seen is it Sitting Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, so there is a sequence in there where they're fighting in the forest, like the bamboo forest, and it's just like this. So watching this is just so cool. Watching all like the cutting of the bamboo and the leaves falling. It's just it's amazing.
My senses. You should do the same. I took the red pill because I wanted to know the truth. But I don't care about the truth anymore. What's real doesn't matter. What's important is how we live our lives. Are you listening to me? You know I'm right.
But we can't go back, Duo. We know the truth now.
We can forget all of this.
Duo.
I know how. Trust me. Don't be afraid to look into your heart. Say what you're really feeling. Tell me.
I can't. I don't know.
Running away won't change anything!
You're the one that's running away!
Stop pretending!
So instead of him going back to the Matrix, right, plugging himself into the computer system, he would rather than go alone by himself. He wants to take her with him. This is the thing about like that whole crabs in a bucket thing that people in America talk, the black culture in America talks about a lot.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
rather than people just stay doing their own thing, they want to and drag, live in their own wallow. They like to drag everybody else down with them. It's like, well, dude, you go do your thing and just leave us alone, and live your life, and be happy, and we'll do our own thing and be happy. We don't need to go. You don't need to take us with you, right? We're happy on our own. But this is what I find interesting about the Matrix: that there are those who would, after knowing the truth, that they were part of a freaking machine, used as batteries, right, to keep powering the machine, or go live with the truth, knowing that you can be free from being a battery, right, and live amongst real humans, even if it's going to be tough, still, But yeah, man, it's like I always find it interesting how people would rather drag other people down than just to go live their way, I know, impose their rules on other people than just to live alone. So this, we're going to finish up with this Wicked City. So let's go back. I've got the link. Actually, I'll put the link there for you guys to watch. I actually noticed that this is only like a 330 p version that's out there. There might be a better version of this, but I try to change it. But look at this. It's only 350, right? So it's very low resolution. So apologies for that. But I'm sure that if you look around, you'll be able to find a more high version. So this is the Animatrix video, because it was released as a video, not as a movie, right? And very highly rated, right? Because there's several different art styles and hand drawn, computer animation, all different types of genres involved. But yeah, this is one of the classics. This is before the trilogy came out, if I remember right, in 2003. So it's already 23 years ago. So he did, along with Daseki, there was other people that actually had their hand in doing short sequences. So there's 7? Yeah, there's 7 of them. So yeah, so you had Andrew R. Jones. Final Flight of Osiris is a really cool one. World Record was a pretty cool one, but all these are really good, right? This so you've got here all these. I think the idea behind this was that it was inspired. It's what inspired the Wachowskis to do Matrix. So the elements, and so they had these people actually do the work there. So there's some really cool. Actually, there's 8. So there's 2 sequences there because it's got part 1 and part 2. But yeah, do check it out if you've never seen it, like Tim, right? But it is a great standalone, almost 2-hour long, right now, animated movie, you could say. So this is the Wicked City. as we finish up here, we're just gonna have a quick look at other stuff about it, whether it was just a standalone movie or if it was anime. Um, yeah, so it was based on it was based on a novel series, right? I remember she said that in that clip. We will return for part 3 of the movies later. I mean, next episode. Is it this one? Yeah, so this is the actual book list of books that it's based on. So you've got, is it 7? No, 11. So 11 novels up to 2016. So it started first 1985 and then adapted into a erotic science fiction thriller movie as Wicked City. Hideaki so Hideaki, best known for his horror novels. His most famous include Vampire Hunter D, Dark Side Blues, and Wicked City. So everybody knows Vampire Hunter D, right? If you classic. So the first books served as basis for the anime film and also the live action film of the same name. But I don't remember seeing the live action of this. Have you heard anything about the live action version of Wicked City?
I just know that Brandon Tenold guy did a review of it. And he's actually pretty funny. So,
is it? Which one would it be? So, is it? That doesn't seem like it. Wait, let me see if which is the movie that they did for live action? 1992, right? So it was produced by Suhak. I know that name in Hong Kong. So, okay, that's the cover of it. I just figured out what the name of that. I mean, what it looks like. So now, be able to find out which one it is. It's the red. Wait, did you say 1996? 92. All right, let's look it up by year. So it's made. It says Hong Kong. There it is. So this is a live action version of. I've never heard of it. So Lung and his partner Ling is assigned to go after Daishu for selling a drug from the Raptors world called Happiness, which causes people to evaporate. Ling, and Wen Gai join forces to fight the Raptors. So this is like a Chinese adaptation of the Japanese horror thing. So yeah, it's got sci-fi, Cantonese, Hong Kong, right? So I know Hak Su because he has worked on a lot of stuff, man. He's another great Hong Kong movie director, right? Once Upon a Time in China is a well-known Asian, Asian movie. This is like before China took over Hong Kong, right? This is the cinema of Hong Kong, Chinese cinema when it came to Hong Kong. They produced so much good stuff. Chow Yun-fat, one of the greatest Chinese actors of all time. Been in so many friggin' movies, man. The most famous, if I remember right, is The Replacement Killers, which is and of course Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So if you've never, this is a really cool movie because I think it was Bridget Fonda. No, Mira Sorvino. So this is an Antoine Fuqua movie. This is when Antoine Fuqua was top of his game, right? Equalizer, that's most recent, Magnificent Seven, Southpaw. But back down here, if you go down to the 90s and 80s, you'll find there is, I think the Equalizer was his biggest hit, and with Training Day. right? So there was a TV series, but there was also the actual. Where is it? Here it is. I didn't press again. So I think it was yeah, there was a Training Day movie, Shooter, Equalizer 2. I'm not sure why Equalizer 2 isn't here, but or 1 isn't here. But yeah. Very oh yeah, the most recent dude, Bullet Train is pretty cool. You gotta watch Bullet Train. Have you seen Bullet Train?
Yeah, it looks like it's a good one. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks good.
It is crazy with Brad Pitt, man. This is a really so we'll finish up on this, guys, for the day. Like I gave it a 9 out of 10. I love this movie.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
This is a Japanese movie done with with Hollywood. This is just so good.
Konnichiwa.
Right on schedule.
Deer Creek International Business Solutions, how can I help you?
I am ready.
Well, that's great, Ladybug.
Ladybug.
Your new operational name?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Ladybug's supposed to be lucky. Ha!
You don't have bad luck.
Really? My bad luck is biblical. I'm not even trying to kill people and someone dies. Remember the suicidal bellboy?
You drove him to the hospital.
Hang in there, buddy!
And he didn't die.
Okay, the wedding. Tequila? Johannesburg. It's time for some change.
You wanted simple for your first job back. Doesn't get simpler.
We need to find the person who took that case.
That's too easy. Shit.
What?
Remember those two wackos from the Bolivia job?
The twins?
Yeah, not so sure they're twins.
Get off the train.
You stab me?
I will never stop coming for you.
What? I missed my stop.
Something else going on here.
Hi. You don't remember me?
You look like every white homeless man I've ever seen.
Really? You don't remember me?
He's a bag of dicks, lady. I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Get off at the next door.
It's so easy when you say it.
One little prick from this, you know what happens?
Yes.
Your blood congeals, clogging your veins.
I said yes! Shit balls.
You're going to want to hear the whole story.
What's waiting for us in Kyoto?
The White Death, with his army of assassins.
There's this soulless psychotic leader with the largest criminal organization on the planet shoved right inside a...
I don't see the White Death letting any of us off this train. We need to come up with a plan. Not gonna hurt people.
What's happening to your face? Maybe there was a little head trauma?
Maybe. I gotta get off this train. Sorry, buddy. Kill me. Konnichiwa.
You gotta watch this. It is so good.
Great.
Yeah, it is. It's really good and so much fun. It's like an action-packed comedy, and like did I give it? If I remember, yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10, dude.
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Yeah, it's so good, man. This is just, it's like 7.3 from like 500,000 people, but it's for me it was like a 9 out of 10, right?
9 out of 10.
And
That's
it's just like
good enough.
yeah, it's a train full of killers, right? And also of course the director of Deadpool 2. You can't go wrong by that. It's yeah.
Does that say David
John,
Lynch?
and of course, producer of John Wick, of course. Sorry, Tim?
Did that say David Lynch? Hold on. Hold up.
David Leitch.
Oh, Leach. Okay.
Yeah. No, it'll be more creepy if it was David Lynch. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Tim, and thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, share, and do all the wonderful things that you're supposed to do to help us beat the YouTube algorithm, whatever it is. And wherever you are, be well, be safe, be happy, and enjoy the good things in life. So hopefully this second part, and we've got a third part coming up, these classic anime movies and stuff, has inspired you to do some work or go watch them.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Jim. Any words?
Make what the people enjoy reading and don't follow excuses.
Great. All right, guys. Kakiteano. Catch you on the flip side. Be well. Bye for now.
Nope. Can't stay here anymore. I gotta get back. I think this was the spot. Oh Lord, I beseech thee, please return me to my old life. I swear I'll do anything. Like, literally anything. And I won't bother you again, so pretty please bring me back to life.